busted up his mouth. His braces got stuck. I beat his ass.
Yeah.
Run! Square!
When was this, third grade?
It was fourth
Fourth
grade.
grade.
Yeah.
Oh, so much more.
Yo-yos were the thing. Dr. Burke.
Yeah.
That's
So we're just reminiscing over here.
That's awesome.
I beat
That's
Marco
awesome.
Browno's ass in fourth grade. He kicked me in the ass though, so he technically kicked my ass. I punched him, and then his comeback was to kick me while I was like fading away. Got me right here.
Well, it's all about how you frame the story. He did kick your ass.
Yes.
So
I busted up his braces and made him bleed.
there you go.
All right. Week 5 recap.
Let's do
Week
it.
5 in the books. Crazy, right?
Crazy.
5 weeks.
Still 75.
I feel like you're still hoping on Nick Chubb. I'm still trying to draft my team.
I thought you were back on.
No,
Nick
I
Chubb.
mean like the preseason joke where you're like, I still am hoping on Nick Chubb. Like, they want to draft him. The Chubb thing. I'm sorry.
I'm not familiar with the preseason. Do I want to draft him?
Yeah, you like in the last time we were talking about how it's been 4 weeks. You're like, I'm still hopeful about Nick Chubb being elite. Like it seems like it's before the season.
Well, he is.
He is elite.
He runs
What's
the
your thoughts on
sprinkles.
Nick
He
Chubb?
is elite.
Yeah.
Not as a fantasy star, though.
What? Thank you.
Why?
Because Kareem Hunt has the same amount of points.
Yeah.
Crazy. It won't be like that down the road. Let's be
He
honest.
actually isn't very good at converting on the goal line, too, you'll find.
No, he. I don't know.
He's right.
The more you own him, the more you realize that.
He's one of my PPs.
But
Yeah,
yards per carry, everything else, like just old school
Sorry.
Jim Brown
No,
football.
when I watch him on the red
It is
zone,
better.
trust me, I bet him every week. So when I watch him on the red zone, I've never seen a man get so close to a touchdown every single week.
Yep. He'll get him.
But
He also gets some pillage all the time from Kareem Hunt. First game here.
we better.
Rams at Seahawks. This is an emotional one for a couple of us.
This is Thursday night.
Thursday night, yep. 26.
Finger bowl.
20, yeah, finger bowl, right? They both had finger issues. Finger bang. Finger bang, bang. Rams 26, Seahawks 17. It was actually all Seahawks early, I recall. It was like 7-0. Rams offense was doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then Russell Wilson got his finger. It looks bad.
Yeah.
Ronnie Lott didn't choose to cut it off. He wanted to come back in the game. I think that was also, you mentioned that they didn't have a third-string quarterback.
I haven't verified this, but I was just the way when I was watching it, because obviously you need Russ for a bet a prop bet.
Couple prop bets.
So we're discussing the potential of Russ coming back in, and when I was looking at the sideline, I didn't see. I think the reason Russ was looking like he might come back in the entire time is they didn't have a third string guy.
in case Gino got hurt, cussed.
Exactly. Yeah. Go and hand the ball off. So.
He's smart.
Probably not.
Probably not smart.
No.
he's smart. Probably not.
Probably not.
Henderson got banged up too. Had that you would know. You just traded for him. Had an arm thing.
Yeah,
Was on what? One, was it one snap? Or sorry, one series.
drive.
Okay. He still played 66%. Sony played 34%. Sony did pillage a touchdown. He had 11 for 37 and a touchdown. Sony, that is. Henderson had 17 for 82 and a tutty. Played 66%. So, that drive he couldn't have played, whatever his arm. So he would have played 75%. Looks good, man. Looks solid. I feel like he's like we were talking about, high-end RB2 going forward.
Absolutely.
Sony, though, premium handcuff.
Yes.
Do you agree? Probably one. He's in the elite 5, the Madison Pollard realm.
No, I'll name 5. I'll name 5. Sorry,
Even 5 better.
Madison and Pollard are in a different class.
Okay. Madison Pollard.
Hunt.
Well, I don't count Hunt.
Jamal Williams. Why not Hunt?
Okay, Jamal Williams. I love Jamal Williams, but not over fucking Sony
All
Michel.
right, so that means that Swift is the handcuff to Jamal Williams.
Jamar
No.
Jefferson has been active, but he is. I feel like he would play the other role of whoever wasn't there because they have been talking up Jamar Jefferson a lot.
Detroit?
Yeah.
That's why we bring him in the pod right now. I haven't heard that name.
Yeah,
Wow,
he's,
you would.
he's
You're-
a receiving
yeah.
back.
Okay.
I mean, he's done
When
all right,
Swift
but-
was iffy, that's who they were going to be active with on game one.
Well, 'cause-
if he wasn't, but I imagine that if Swift went down, that's who you see.
Jamal Williams, like to me, Jamal Williams can do everything that Swift
He
does.
can.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but it's the situation,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So the Rams are a better situation than Detroit. Jake Funk is a special teams player, and Xavier Jones is like inactive and not going to play. So it'd be Sony Michel getting whatever he got the game he missed.
Well,
Fucking
I named
80%.
I named 4 or 5 guys before I got cut off. So what do you think of the 4 or 5 guys I named?
I said Jamal I don't like over him. I like
And
Jamal.
you're not going to count Hunt because
I'll count Hunt.
because he's so productive.
Who else?
He doesn't count, right?
Well, because he's a startable guy. I'm talking about handcuff territory. Hold on to these guys. Don't start them territory.
Who was the guy you said? What were we talking about?
Who we talking about? We're talking about Sony Michel.
Oh yeah, Pollard,
Pollard, Madison. Jamal
Madison, Jamal Williams, Kareem Hunt. I know this is not going to be a popular one right now based on recent production, but Tyson Williams.
Oh.
Like
Oh.
yeah.
Ugh.
They don't like it. They don't.
They're
like
just going to use a committee.
Yeah, but the Cream's going to rise to the top. We're discussing this earlier. It was off camera. For me, the reason I love grabbing Tyson Williams right now because he is at his lowest. I mean, he was a starter for the beginning of the season. To me, the Ravens are more lucky than good right now. A lot of talent on the team. I'm not saying they're not good, but it seems like they I don't know, they squeaked a few wins out. And I think in the future, when they're down, let's say, I guess the example I used earlier was the Browns. If they're down to the Browns, 14 points, I don't think that Latavius Murray cranking away for 2 or 3 yards a play is going to do anything to move the needle for him. When it comes down to important games, Tyson Williams is a bigger playmaker. They need a different playmaker outside of Lamar. And Hollywood's doing phenomenal, but easy to take away one receiver when there's no other receivers. So to me, Tyson Williams is a guy that I know I just absolutely love it.
I'm folding my hands here and being super polite. Like I was just like trying to explode there, right? Tyson Williams over Sony Michel is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I have them both
can you-
on my roster, and when I say my roster, I mean singular. You'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But I have them on my roster both.
Who would
And
you
I'm
rather
more
cut?
excited about Michelle
Thank you.
Um,
Prospects of an injury, like
because I don't know what it would take to get Tyson on the field. If one of them got hurt, how do we know that Le'Veon Bell wouldn't be reactivated? And who would have to get hurt, Latavius or Devontae? I don't know.
all of them.
To counter that, to argue that,
Sure, Jamal Mack.
I'll tell you what it takes to get Tyson on the field is a coach's decision. Where
Yeah.
to get Sony Michel on the
Right.
field, it's going to
Agreed.
take an injury.
I agree with that.
Fair enough.
I agree with that. I just don't think he's ever going to get the workload Sonny would get with an injury.
I think he's in line to
So-
get without the injury. He's
Okay.
already going to be in line
Okay.
to get that later.
Yeah, it'll come full circle again.
He
for
was a
him,
rookie
for sure.
He was like the 5th or 6th guy, and he's just not good at blocking right now.
Right.
Once he can
Yep.
develop that skill, he's more skilled than every other running back on the roster, with the exception of blocking.
I like where you're going. I do like Tyson Williams for
I hope
pickup
he
for
hits.
sure. No, I do like it. I'd rather roster Sony Michel 100%.
Yeah.
Just because I just know what I like the guys that need an injury to be RB1s. Well, for him, top 15 options in my mind because he's a good player.
Yeah.
First round talent. Well, he's not as good as what he was drafted at, but right.
There's no one on. Last thing I'll say.
Yeah, there's nothing
no
else
one
on the
on
roster.
Baltimore.
I get it.
Like who is the I know Lat Murray right now is the
Yeah,
guy,
nobody.
but next week it might be Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
The other week it might be Bell, and those
Nobody.
guys are going to fall off.
Those guys
They're
suck.
old. So Tyson is the young,
Yeah.
exciting guy that's developing right now, and if Baltimore continues to do well, they're going to need him.
It's a lot of Tyson talk.
It is. I like it though.
Is he better than Mike Tyson? Oh, all right. Wide receivers, real quick though. Not much to cover. Robert Woods crushed it again. We've been saying buy low on him, and he had 150 yards receiving.
Yeah.
So they fed him 14 targets, 12 for 150. No tutties, but let's go. Cooper Kupp back to earth a little bit. Had 10 targets though, as usual, 7 for 92. He's gonna be great all year. I feel like he peaked a little bit though. Obviously, you can't get much better than wide receiver 1.
Right.
But I still want Calvin Ridley over Cooper Kupp rest of the year. Thoughts on that?
I'll let you guys go because
Yeah.
I have more my macro comments.
I was going to say more Tyson Williams comments. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
If the Rams would trade for Tyson,
Right.
no.
Calvin Ridley, Cooper Kupp rest of the year. Go.
I'm going to take Cooper Kupp.
Wow. You? He just traded him to me. So Ridley, he just traded Ridley for me. Ridley for Godwin.
No,
straight
I
up.
like.
Interesting
I
trade,
would
right?
have been okay not doing that trade. What I need right now is, I mean,
The bye week thing. Yeah.
you know how I feel about Ridley,
Right.
Or excuse me,
Godwin. Yeah. He,
Um,
what's your macro comment?
so in I don't know, just in general, like the last couple of weeks, the Rams have been a little up and down. I know they came out, but I don't know, felt like they were very liable to lose this game to Seattle. I think most people's idea on Seattle right now with Geno, with that defense, I didn't think they were doing much prior to the Russ injury. But losing Russ, we discussed this off camera again, I equated losing Russ to me right now, Seahawks and Chiefs are essentially the same team. So losing Russ is the equivalent to losing Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that Geno might be a better backup than whoever's in Kansas City for the long
Is it
term.
still Matt Moore?
Chad Henne.
Chad Henne. Well, you're right.
Either way,
I
I
think
think Geno.
Whoa. Broken chair here.
Yeah, holy cow. Geno. So all right, so
He's still fired up about Tyson.
Get to my question, like with the Rams right now, before they lost to the Cardinals, were considered the premier team in the league.
Yeah.
They recovered from that loss to the Cardinals and whooped up on the Seahawks. Thoughts in terms of macro. Where were the Rams at? Are they still an elite
Elite,
team?
yeah.
Are they top 3, top 5 power rankings?
Top 3 in the NFC for sure. Overall, top 5.
Okay.
I 100% agree. That's exactly how I was going to phrase it, because you have the best defensive player in the secondary and up front in the whole league.
Yeah.
So anytime you have that,
That's plus with the offense. All right, Stafford, real quick, and then we'll move on. Last question: Stafford, has not looked good accuracy wise.
No.
He's not.
He's chucking them.
Here's the thing: is the first 3 weeks it felt like every pass was open by 5 or 10 yards. Like there's no one within Cooper Kupp the first 3 weeks, right? But now that there's someone within 5 yards, Stafford seems to be off by 10 yards. Is that concerning at all?
Trey Lance action. Not for me, no. Because it's the volume, it's the play calling. He'll be fine.
Real quick,
He's going to throw some picks.
No, I think that McVay will get him in a rhythm however he has to.
Cool. All
right. Jets Falcons. London game. Trash game. Piss me off game. 27-20. Falcons win. Went over by 1 point. Love that. It sucked. Falcons ran 78 plays. Jets ran 56 plays. We'll go with the Jets real quick. Michael Carter.
Michael Starter.
Yeah, Michael Starter. That's why we brought him on here, baby. So Michael Carter had 52% of the snaps. So here's a snap share through 5 weeks. 25, 45, 43, 51, 52. Only going up, baby. And I was expecting week 9, week 11. I feel like by week 8, he'd be playing 75%.
Yeah.
Tevin Coleman, gone. He gone. Get him out.
He's returning kicks now.
Wow.
Pretty good at it,
Ty Johnson, bad.
Mhm.
They're bad.
Former
Playing Michael
number one
Carter.
waiver claim.
So buy low on Michael Carter right now, guys. Other than that, Elijah Moore came back, played 41% of the snaps, had no catches. Apparently he's got good talent. Ain't going to be unlocked with that quarterback and that play calling and that offensive line. Cup 8. Corey Davis, wide receiver 3. Right. I don't think we need to have many comments on the Jets unless we have some.
David, if you have some on
anything on
the
them?
Jets.
This is mine.
Oh, on the Jets.
Yeah.
I just feel like the only thing I'd say is Corey Davis is like Brandon Cooks' volume without the explosion. So I mean,
Ooh.
they're very similar. I just trust Cooks to do more with his targets, and so I would
Yeah.
never actually start Corey Davis. Granted, the bye weeks haven't hit yet, but I can't envision myself starting.
You
Corey
only
Davis.
play a 10-team league, though. So, in one league. Real quick, we got to cover this. We call him the 20-year-old virgin because he's monogamous in fantasy.
Yes.
He only plays one league. He refuses to play more. I've given him many offers to play in awesome leagues. An all punter, kicker, IDP league, right up your alley. Refused. We didn't even do it because he didn't be in it. Like, so,
Wow. Without.
we need you. All right?
I am quite the trumpeter for the IDP.
Yes.
So
He likes the DP.
Yeah, we discussed a
IDP.
we discussed a strictly punters, kickers,
Yeah.
and IDP league.
Yeah. All starters.
Surprisingly, no one was on board.
It'll come to fruition here.
So
soon.
before we move on, past the Jets? Is everyone?
I just want to real quick on him though. He's never won in 20 years.
No.
He's had a couple
Oh,
seconds.
yeah.
I respect this man's fantasy prowess though. He's on the fucking has his hand on the pulse, knows his shit, overthinks it, and overdrafts guys because he does one league. He has to have Kyle Pitts. He'll overdraft him, like every year. It hurts you, it hamstrings you. If you do 8 leagues, you'd be amazing.
There'll be 1 year where he gets all his guys. And
Well,
he sets
no, you
all
wouldn't
the
have to
records.
draft your guys. You just let them fall to you. Eventually, you get them in 3 or 4 leagues because you're playing 8.
Yeah.
You don't have that luxury of playing 1.
Yeah.
Right? And that's fine. He likes it because he actually
I feel
loves the
invested.
torture.
Yeah.
You're like teasing yourself, and this man used to love teasing himself. He'd always tell me. I don't know why. 4th grade conversation. I used to tease myself for hours. Is it off topic?
A little
Well,
bit.
All right, Falcons.
No, because I was saying I have a point.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Did you forget it?
No, I
You
wrote
gave me-
I
you
wrote
gave
it
me the
fucking
right
down
away.
because
He hates me, guys. He's just really getting sick. It's been 5 weeks of it. Counting preseason, 8 weeks of this. He's yeah.
anyways. What
Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
No,
What
go
do you got?
ahead. No, go. Go. What did you say? You wrote down something down. What is it?
I just hate.
I'm sorry.
I would rather move on to Falcons, honestly.
Whoa. See, now he's really my bad. Okay.
Don't make it awkward.
I just
move
did.
on to the
Falcons. All right, Davis, 64%. Bad fumble. I don't know if you saw it. It was not good. Patterson played 59%, but I'm guessing about 20 something of those are wide receiver snaps.
Yeah.
Because they had no wide receivers. So Davis is going to lose his job, but I don't think it's to Patterson. I think it's to Wayne Gallman.
Ooh.
Deep dive. Wayne Gallman was really good last year with the Giants.
You only say that because you have him like 8.
Not anymore. I've been dropping him.
you have him handcuffed. So now
Oh, yeah.
you set your settings so you can put him in IR.
Because he's not getting snaps. Like,
So you have all your handcuffs.
no, I just think Wayne Gallman's a better player than Mike Davis. Mike Davis just is fucking out of shape, bro.
I disagree with you.
Yeah?
I think that Patterson, just by the eye test, he looks like an awesome running back right now.
Oh, for sure.
So when you say he's going to take carries from Mike Davis isn't going to go away. So maybe his 14 carries are now 7 and 7. They both are useless. I mean, there's no one behind Patterson for me in that offense and on the ground. Mike
Yeah.
Davis to me is a no upside roster.
Why the hell did it take 10 years for someone to realize Cordell Patterson's a good player? It's
I
crazy.
have no
Like,
idea. He looks awesome.
you took him in the 3rd round
I
one.
did.
Return yards, right?
Yep.
The first year you went with the Bears, right?
No, after his big year.
He had a 90-yard run with his first game of the season.
That
They were
year?
like on a pitch play, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh boy, here we go.
Well, he had a big year for Minnesota, and in our scoring system with 10-point return touchdowns and return yards, he was like wide receiver 12.
Percy Harvin was a god.
And he drafted him in the 3rd round the next year, and then he was just a strict returner and didn't even do shit. And
Yeah.
it was a Dave pick, but
Totally.
now your pick's looking genius.
All right,
It took
so
7 years.
First number that comes to mind. Matt Ryan will finish out of 32. Matt Ryan will finish as the number what quarterback?
14.
Fantasy wise.
17.
14, 7. So you middle of
What do you got?
Whoa, I was probably closer to 20. I'll
I
do
thought you were just
19. I'll do 19.
He's back half.
Wow. Really low on him.
Not that they're still going to be decent. I mean, they're a proud team. I think they're a proud team. And it's similar to. It kind of reminds me of how Pittsburgh's hanging on to Big Ben a little bit longer than they should. But at the same time, who can even if you have a more physically talented quarterback that can come in, someone that's been there for almost 2 decades, knows that system in and out, knows everything in and out, just uprooting that person, especially when they've been a team captain for 2 decades, or call it 10, on average 12 years between the two guys, right? The team captain, uprooting that person that everyone relies on. I mean, they're a big part of the organization. As coaches come and go and stuff like that, players come and go. So
Real quick, Big Ben or Matt Ryan?
Matt Ryan.
Okay, just making sure there.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley, inactive. We don't know what the hell's going on with him.
You got any theories? Any thoughts?
Death in the family or something. They're just not
that was
releasing
my
it.
thought, yeah.
You know, for respect to him.
Yeah.
I just bought low on him. I feel like, and that's not just because he's inactive. Bought low because he wasn't producing.
And
Get the
buys
targets.
now, so you're also
And he's on a bye. Yeah, perfect
Yeah.
for me as a 5-0 team.
Great
It's
time
like
to go
Yeah,
get him.
exactly.
perfect.
Yeah,
You get Godwin. You need to win. I get Ridley.
Yeah, you know how I feel about God.
It's a win-win trade. Yeah, a guy high on Godwin. So Pitt's 69% snapped. Snapped. You touch your nipple a little bit, buddy.
That was. I watched every snap. I was up
69%.
all of it. I watched them all.
And I do believe there's about 10% of those at wideout, which I was expecting more, going into the season, which it'll grow. Because Hurst played 55%, because obviously they had no receivers. So he looked amazing. That one-handed catch, dude.
Yeah.
That touchdown catch, bro, sun right in his eyes. He even said it in the interview. I don't know. You probably heard the interview.
I heard it all.
He's heard every word Kyle Pitts has ever said.
Oh, yeah.
He loves him. And all right. Any other thoughts, or are we moving on to Packers Bengals? Because this one's
I'll
juicy.
say with Mike Davis, I'm not as low as other people are on him. I will say prior to the end of the season, when the Falcons are officially eliminated from playoff contention, I think there's going to be a 3-week period where full PPR, Mike Davis averages 17 points per game.
I can see it.
I think there'll be a 3-week stretch.
I can see it too.
So it's at that point it'll be too late to trade. But I think that
Right.
if you're looking for a playoff push, if you're going to get someone, I don't know, pennies or maybe drop them. I don't know what people are doing now.
No, you could probably trade for him low. All right, Packers Bengals. Packers at Bengals. 25-22. This was the shitty kicker bowl.
Yeah.
It was really bad. It had to break the record. They said it was 5 missed field goals from the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter to the end of overtime, which is about 8 to 9 minutes of real game NFL time. 5 missed field goals, and that's just fucking bonkers.
It was.
The rookie, McLaughlin or whatever, is that his name? Or McPherson. Sorry, one of those. Celebrating a missed kick with all his homies for like 5 seconds. Hilarious. It's like, oh, we made it! And I actually hit the flag, and the wind was blowing this way.
I heard, I don't know if someone had interviewed him. I heard, so I guess it's third hand, but someone had said that he said that he thought realistically thought the refs were playing a joke on him. Like that was his excuse. For
I thought you were
Wow.
kidding.
Yeah.
I thought it was a joke.
Like, nope, the refs don't. There's no humor when the refs make a call. There's no sarcasm there, right?
So fantasy-wise, real simple for the Packers. It's a 3-man show. So it's the running backs, which A.J. Dillon's now getting involved, and it is fucking Devontae Adams. That's it. That's it. Sayonara. Jones played 69%, and Dillon played 33%. Dillon's getting some work in the pass game, which is crazy. He had a pretty nice catch, that touchdown. Love it. This is what I envisioned all along. That's why I was drafting Dillon everywhere. He's a premium handcuff that could be flexed. Depending on the matchup, bye weeks, whatever, get you 9 points.
No, you have to do it.
Not yet, no. It's what I envisioned, but I'm saying now at least he's getting more involved. The thing is, he looks good.
He's one of those that would go to me in that conversation with Madison.
Yes, same.
Above
Oh, for
it.
sure,
Yeah.
dude. Because, this guy...
He's one of the guys. Yeah,
Above
Yeah.
the lovely Tyson.
Yes,
But
yes,
we
yes,
love
yes.
Tyson.
No,
I like him over Sonny Michel.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
In terms of premier handcuffs,
Yeah.
I like it because he's been out there. He's been able to perform.
So, Devontae Adams had 16 targets, 11 for 206, and a touchdown. Pretty nice game, I
It was
think.
against me, so yeah. Felt it.
So, what's crazy, though, is A.J. Dillon was second on the team in targets with 4 targets. That's a fucking bar bet right there. And so no one else could get anything. Randall Cobb had 2 for 30 with that nice third down conversion at the end. I can't talk. God damn it. Alan Lazard.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about him. He played 86%. And Cobb played 55%. Since the MVS injury, Lazard has 3 catches, though. But he's playing every snap, so I'm still, on deep leagues, I'm still in on him. I feel like he's going to catch a touchdown. Someone else has to get involved. Because Robert Tonyan sure as fuck ain't doing it.
It's Cobb.
Bust.
He's already showed you that
Not
he
Cobb.
can be involved. And
Yeah,
he
but
scored
Cobb
2
played
touchdowns.
55%. So, Cobb is only playing on third downs mostly and, filling in. He's not out there in 2 wide receiver sets. And Tonyan ain't doing shit. So, I feel like it's Lazard. I've been saying this for 2 weeks now. I don't know why, but...
All right, here's a question I have for you guys. I'll start with Dave because he obviously likes Cobb a little bit. Cobb is going to finish as the blank receiver on the year.
Oh, for him, I'd probably say between 50 and 55.
Yeah, it's going to be higher. But Cobb or Lazard / MVS for the rest of the year?
Gotta be Cobb.
I want the other guys.
Yeah.
I've never seen the other guys do it, number one.
MVS has last year for sure.
But it was on a 2-3 reception basis.
Oh, yeah.
Where, those
So he
big
does.
plays got to hit. Cobb did it with variety of routes, some from outside, some from the slot. But more than anything, I've never seen in football someone dictate a trade like that. Like it has to mean that he prefers
Maybe
to
they're-
throw to Cobb.
Maybe it's
in
Andrew
some
Luck, Jack Doyle,
situations.
butt buddy situation.
It feels like a little bit like
Right?
that.
I think so. Moving forward, I think the Packers. We've discussed this a lot. I don't know how much on camera, but off camera, quite a bit. Where to me, it feels like the Packers are. I think Rodgers got really big into surfing over the offseason.
Yeah, right.
It feels like he's just kind of riding the wave of past confidence, past like it feels like yes that they're 4-1 now. It doesn't feel like they're a 4-1 team.
Yeah, they're not dominating anybody.
Well, that Saints thing still sticks with you pretty hard.
Well,
It's hard to
not
get-
necessarily.
it's hard to get
Not
rid of
even that. Like they barely beat Detroit. They barely beat Cincinnati. Those are two games they should not like. There's an easy narrative to show that they didn't do that well. Plus, I think they're going to take away Devontae a lot more. So I guess that's the reason I like those big play guys, Lazard and MVS, over someone like Cobb the rest of the year.
Same.
Yeah.
Because you just don't I feel comfortable starting Cobb because like he's safe. If you want
I
6
just think
points,
the
like-
Packers are one of the more overrated teams in the league right now. I really
saying
do.
it. Let's move to the Bengals here. They played well. Like they fucking killed it. They look legit. They are a couple kicks away from being 4-1, dude. And that's with Joe Mixon being beat up. Real quick on Joe Burrow. He's getting his brains beaten in again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The guy is just like I texted him. I was like, Joe Burrow is like a freshman getting hazed in the NFL. They're like, hey, number 1 pick. Guess what? You have no offensive line. We're gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
Right? We're gonna tear your
Throw
ACL. We're
contusion.
gonna throw a contusion after the fucking knockout. Like you cashed out your bet after because we thought he was dead.
Well, yeah.
Joe Burrow, like not really dead, but like he was laying there. It was like Daniel Jones situation. Like Daniel Jones had puke coming out of his mouth or something. There was something on his lip. We didn't identify what it was, but we shouldn't laugh about this. It's
Hopefully it's puke.
Let's hope it's
I don't know
puke.
What else it was, yeah.
but Burrow played well, man. He's showing like
Jordan
why
Reed?
he was number 1. The guy's a fucking warrior. And
Yeah, he's a stud.
so Joe Mixon saved his day with a late touchdown, 10 for 33 and a tutty. He only played 28% of the snaps. So I don't know why they played him.
Well, so up to the game, it was a game time decision
Mhm.
essentially, and he was cleared to play. Up to that point, it looked like there was no chance in hell he was playing that week.
Right.
So I think that it was someone else to think about for the defense.
Right. And
You
just
say
kinda-
he's active.
yeah.
You don't know whenever, and he still scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
So that just proves like you have to pay attention to. Kind of the way I talk about AJ Green. The defense has to account for him, but the offenses have to rely on him.
Yeah,
Right?
I like that. Thoughts on Mixon? I think he's going to be
I
fine.
just want to point out my JP Ryan has COVID.
He does.
Yes.
That just happened?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
like
So it'd be
20
interesting to see
minutes
if
after
they
the
lean on him
game,
again,
right?
or if they go with Chris Evans, Captain America. I don't know.
No, they're going to go with Mixon. I did actually hear that. I don't know what I was thinking.
it was very shortly after the game. So
Yep.
Yeah.
he only had one place to catch it, really.
So I don't
Unless
know
he wanted
if
to get a
they're
hot dog up
if they're
at
going to
the.
lean on him now or not. Like, we don't know yet.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. They probably just rested him because they had P. Ryan. Now they're going to need him. Wide receiver wise, Jamar Chase is not a Dolphin.
Stud.
He is
Stud.
not a Dolphin.
Absolute stud.
I think all 3 of us whiffed on that guy.
Yeah.
But
He's good.
we started discussing probably week 2 or 3. We said actually it cost me a trade. I had the best trade I maybe I've ever done in the bag, but on the podcast, I decided to say that Jamar Chase he's a game changer. He's a baller.
Mhm.
He can play. He's going to affect game plans moving
Someone that
forward.
listens is a trade partner with him, and
Yeah.
you gaslighted yourself there, buddy.
Yeah.
Is he a second round pick next year in fantasy?
If he finishes in this pace, yeah. And they get rid of
He-
either Boyd or
You
Higgins.
know what? It
right?
reminds me of. He reminds me of Jamar Jefferson.
Yep.
But he's scoring touchdowns.
Yeah,
Which is crazy because
Jefferson killed it, right?
Like he's gonna have 1,200 yards. He might have 12 touchdowns as a rookie. Like with the exception of Randy Moss, who else? There's no one better. So
So Chase had a hell of a game. 10 targets, 6 for 159 and a tutty. Higgins played 70%. Boyd played 82. Chase played 91. That's the hierarchy here. Also, Higgins has come back from injury, but Higgins had 5 for 32. I do believe he had a 2-point conversion catch there. But Boyd is the one I'm worried about. He played 82%, 5 targets, 4 for 24. He's still going to be the underneath guy. He's going to get the work, but I just don't see
I
the-
like Boyd a lot, especially if
Yeah.
you're on PPR. It's Jamar Chase is like he wasn't a priority for defenses initially, especially with he can't catch the ball. Not obviously that's changing. Obviously it's Dolphin. Yeah,
He's amused. Dolphin. Yeah.
Dolphin. Yeah. No, so with him, I think the defenses are going to realize that he is the biggest threat on offense now.
Yep.
So that will slowly tamper out, but he's still going to keep going deep, which means more underneath for Boyd. That's the way I view it.
Basically, it's going to be like this. You can't predict when Boyd's going to have a nice game, just as you can't predict when Jefferson's going to pop off a big one. Because when he does, that eats up the entire field, and that drives now Kaputski, and he gets nothing. And every time that Jamar Chase scores a 70-yarder, which is going to be a lot, it looks like.
Every other game.
Boyd does not get to eat all the way down
Every
the
game.
field.
You know what?
So,
It makes me think of the way you phrased it right there. It's Stephon Diggs might have 2 touchdowns on 150 yards, but if he doesn't, Beasley's going to have 12 targets, 8 catches, and 90 yards. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's the dynamic.
Well,
Exactly.
yeah, you can't ever predict Cole Beasley.
Yeah.
All right, paper toss. Paper toss. Hit the camera.